Aloha, everybody. I've actually set up on a rock. So right now the creek is rushing behind me because we had a pretty wild storm. No, I just have to show you guys. It looks so gorgeous. I mean, it's just so high. I've never seen it this high, and it's rushing. It's so powerful and beautiful. I hear it right from my bedroom window. Just puts me to sleep every night. And the sunset is gorgeous. Thanks for joining me for this sunset time. So I just felt called to pull a couple of cards. It wasn't in the plan, but I never really have a hard plan, I guess, you know. Because in the end, you just got to surrender to the flow. And that is always changing. But upon my return home, I got the call to come outside and do this. So thank you for tuning in. I'll go ahead and anything that's been on your mind as a pattern, like a pattern of thought all day, maybe all week, maybe all month. Anything that's been recirculating through your programming, whatever you've been thinking of the most is most likely consuming your life experience. And it can be very tricky because our beliefs really sink in. They really get into the crevices of our minds. And everything is manifested from this space, from the depths of our minds. So whether we're aware of those things, those hidden things, or not, you can be sure that they're manifesting in our reality, that every single thought inside plays some role in the manifestation of our reality. So what is something that you can spot as a pattern of thinking for yourself? What is maybe a worry or an anxiety or a fear that you have? Or maybe it's something positive that you keep thinking about, a goal. Are you really seeing yourself as having already completed that goal? Because if not, then you're not ultimately aligning with the manifestation of it. And even if you are, let's say you are very consciously, presently, actively envisioning that fulfillment of that future accomplishment of that goal. You're thinking of what that feels like. It's still a pattern. So I ask, whatever it is, positive or negative, doesn't matter. Whatever that pattern is that you've got going on in your head, acknowledge it once and for all, fully, and then let it go. It's not about whether the things inside are good or bad. We don't have to go that deep with it. We can just let it all go. Just identify it to let it go, not to judge it. All right. Go ahead, and any intentions that you have with this reading, you can go ahead and put into the cards. If you just want to be clear, if you just want to envision like a light going from your finger to the deck, you can do that. You can do anything you want to do. This life is your playground. All right, so here we go. Live reading for the collective. October 3rd, 2018. Live from Sedona, Arizona. I just pulled 3 cards. Okay, we have a 2, a 4, and an 8. A 2, a 4, and an 8 are the numbers. The first card I picked was the card of the present. So this is presently representing us as a collective unit. This is the 8 of Cups. As you can see, there are the 8 cups here, and there's a space here that's open. And the man is either, feels he's complete here and he needs to go elsewhere to find that other cup. Or maybe he needs to come back and finish where he left off. Continue where he left off, so that he could finish. Cups are the suit of water, the suit of emotions, the heart. And the cups are like trophies of emotional accomplishment and fulfillment. And what this card represents is It's asking us to really look at our situation. Where are we putting in our efforts? Where are we really giving a situation, a project, our heart and our soul? Is it worth the effort? Should we keep going where we're at? Should we keep giving it our all? Can we ultimately see ourselves even being successful in whatever pursuit we're engaged in right now? Because if you can't see it, that's a sign right there that you got to go somewhere else for that fulfillment. You got to start anew. You got to walk away. Forget about it. But if you genuinely, in your heart of hearts, can see that situation being worth your time and your effort, then by all means stick it out and do the work, because it would be worth it. But if in your heart of hearts you know that it is not aligned for you and that it really is time to walk away, this card is saying we need to do that. So this card is representing us as a collective. Where are we really giving our energies right now? It's time to reevaluate, keyword reevaluate, where we are putting our blood, sweat, and tears into. What projects are we working on? What are we giving our heart and soul? And is it still worth it? Is it time to walk away, or is it time to sink in even deeper? And so we're moving on to the future, which I pulled the Four of Wands. Wands is a suit of fire. It's the suit of spirit. 4 is about balance, structure, grounding. And so when that pertains to spirituality, what does that look like? This is the card of securing a solid foundation or not securing a solid foundation. It's about the foundation in general. How secure are we making that foundation? We're going to have an opportunity in the near future to really look at where we have been giving our energies, right? What we're doing right now is really going to affect that. And really sink in and create a foundation to be able to build upon. So if we decide to stay with where we're at, or if we decide to go elsewhere, where we're going to find ourselves next is in the middle of an opportunity to set a foundation for the future to be built upon. A future of success. So right now it's about the deciding, where do we want to give it our all? And we must know that once we make that decision, it's going to lead to this in the future. It's going to lead to the opportunity. Of course, we have free will, so it could go, it could go positively or it can go negatively depending on how we handle it. But you've got to know that it's so important right now to make this decision. Where are we giving our energy? Because once we decide exactly what we want to do, we've got to know it once and for all and set the foundation to really put in work and be patient with the project that we're going to build on top of this foundation. The bridge to get us to that future is a really important card. It's a major arcana card. It's the High Priestess, the second card of the whole deck. And she has her foot on the moon there. She's got a hold on the moon, which represents the subconscious. So she is confident with the subconscious realm. She is the gatekeeper, in fact. She is the one who really explores the depths of the mind, and nothing stays hidden from her. Just like I started off this video by saying that sometimes we have those things that are deeply hidden in the cracks and crevices of the subconscious. She sees them all. So we really need to look within and activate our intuition and our intuitive discernment to be able to know if where we're at right now really is deserving of our blood, sweat, and tears. Or should we be seeking it elsewhere? Only you know in your heart of hearts. You've got to know what work lies there underneath it all. What work lies there to be done? What are we still needing to work on? What are we needing to bring into the light? What shadow work is still there? Because that is what is going to require all of our heart and soul work. It's the most important thing, so that we can even reach that opportunity of creating a solid foundation. We won't reach that genuine and authentic opportunity to build such a foundation in spirit in a way that is sustainable if we don't face what is hidden, if we're not honest with ourselves and not honoring our intuition. We have to honor our intuition and honor those shadow aspects of self so that we can even look at them, to begin to work through them by way of understanding them and having compassion for those aspects. If we don't even look at them, if we can't even honestly look at the shadow aspects of ourselves, then we're just going to keep hitting a wall. So ultimately, wherever we're at right now, and we have to be honest with ourselves when we tune in, wherever we are at with that shadow work, whatever is still needing to be looked at, that's where we need to go straight to. If whatever you're doing right now, whatever you're giving your energy to, if it supports the healing of those cobwebby, shadowy places inside of yourself, then great, keep doing that, whatever it looks like on the surface. But be honest with yourself. It either is or it isn't in support of the healing and the clearing out of those cobwebs of the subconscious mind. And if where you are giving all of your energy is not doing that, it is absolutely time to walk away and seek that fulfillment elsewhere, and to put your work into a project that is going to really bring sustainable results, not just in this physical realm, but on an emotional level and on a mental level and on a spiritual level. Because all of this is for nothing. This experience is for nothing if we don't have that purpose, if we just walk around unaware that we are here to remember that we are love, and we're here to heal each other with that love, and we're here to manifest a reality that is a reflection of the knowing that we are this love. And so if we forget this, then where are we walking to? We're just going to be wandering and wandering and wandering, never actually filling that space. We got to know why we're here and why we're doing the work that we're doing. Whatever it looks like to others doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it looks like to other people, you guys. Even if it looks like you're doing the most mundane work. Even if it doesn't matter. There are going to be an infinite amount of judgments upon you, because every being who sets their gaze upon you and every being who thinks of you is going to have their own perception of it. Ultimately, it matters what's in your mind and what's in your heart, honoring your intuition. You've got to align yourself with the work that's going to support your and our healing multidimensionally, so that we can work to build that sustainable foundation for a future to be built upon, for our children and our children's children and our children's children, and so on and so forth. Thank you guys for tuning in for this reading. I appreciate you so much, and I love you, my family. I'm going to sit by the water here for a minute. When you get close enough to the water, it's like you become the water. Like the electricity of the current moves through you. And it's not like some crazy far-off magical science. If you think about it, it's actually just quite simple. It's like, this is a vibratory reality. Nothing is solid. So if this body, vibrating, this physical body even, not just, forget the other bodies, I'm talking about just the physical alone. If I lay my physical body right next to this rushing water, those particles are just moving right past me. Of course I'm going to experience them, at least on a subtle level. But if I'm in tune, and I am, and you can be too, and most of you watching this video certainly already are, then we can absolutely become that current. We can absolutely feel the experience of it literally moving through us, because it is. It's not even separate from us. If you want to go really deep with it, we are that water. There's no difference. There's no separation. All right, thank you guys again for tuning in. I love you. Shalom.